So if we compare the decisions in oligopoly, or in specific case the duopoly, then we have to compare it with other markets as well. So what if the table we showed in our previous example or previous slide, if that table belongs to the perfect competitive market, then where the perfect competitive market will produce where MC is equal to MR, right? So we know that the profit maximizing condition for the perfect competition is that MC is equal to MR. When MC is equal to MR, MR also equal to price also equal to AR, right? So recall our condition for perfect competition, right? So in that case, company will produce where marginal cost or marginal revenue is 0, right? So if you see back there the table, so this means it should be equal to 0, right? So when price is equal to 0 in our previous slide table, the quantity is 120 gallon. So we can say that if that table is there and question is silent about whether this belongs to monopoly or duopoly. So if we talk about that demand is for perfect competition, then what is the maximum profit the competitive market can get when price is equal to 0? Why? Because we assume here that the marginal cost is 0. So marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue. That is the condition for profit maximizing for perfect competition for every kind of market, right? So in that case, the total market, its quantity that we should provide is 120 gallon, and price would be 0, right? So if that table belongs to monopoly, then what should be the profit of the monopoly? We know that monopoly price always greater than the marginal cost. It means price must be greater than this condition, right? MC is equal to MR. In that case, and also we know that monopoly is price maker. It will produce where the profit is maximum. So if you go back to previous slide and see the table, the maximum profit is 3600, and when there is 3600 profit, price is 60 and the quantity is also 60, right? So we already know here from this conclusion of the slide is that if the previous slide table belongs to the competitive market, then the total quantity would be 120. If that belongs to monopoly, the quantity will be 60, right? But we are talking about a special case which is duopoly, right? So let's discuss further. So if that belongs to perfect competition, then marginal cost is going to be here, right? 0. The marginal cost is 0, then marginal revenue and marginal cost, so it will be here. So price is 0 and quantity is 120. If we talk about the monopoly, then monopoly is producing where MC is equal to MR here, and price is on the price line, so price is on the price line, which is 60, right? So you are producing here with 60 quantity and 60 price, where in perfect competition you are producing 120 quantity with price 0, right? So that is just the graphical representation. Why this is straight horizontal line? Because MC is equal to 0, and we know that in perfect competition the demand line and price line also same, right? So that's why we are, because it's 0, MC is equal to 0, so it means all are 0 because this is equality, right? Okay, So we already know that if perfect competition quantity is 120, then this is called social optimal or welfare point for the society. So for socially efficient quantity, it is 120, right? But monopoly, it only produce 60 gallons, right? So it means we already know that monopoly is not socially efficient. It is not, you know, required by the social welfare stuff. It produces the wedge or the burden, right? We call that dead weight, right? But in case of perfect competition, there is no dead weight, there is no wedge, there is no burden on the society, right? So we have one extreme and then we have two extreme. It means the duopoly production lies in between, right? Let's talk about that. So question arises, so what outcome should then be expected from duopolies? Like just we said that. So one possibility is that Jack and Jill, these are two producers who own the water well, they get together and agree on the quantity of water to produce and the price to charge for it. Such agreement is called collusion, right? So what exactly this slide suggests? It suggests, so what if the two producer or two suppliers, in this case Jack and Jill, they join hands together and make an agreement, and that agreement is called collusion, right? What if they make, join hands together? And why they join hands together? If you look at the table over there, the monopoly profit is 3600, which is the highest. It is the max profit, right? The reason is to earn this, and they can split between two companies. If they join hands together, it means they can touch this production, right? Not this production, because here the profit is max, right? So when they join hands together with an agreement, that agreement is called collusion. And what happened? Then they fixed the price among themselves, and they said that, look, we are not going to sell our per gallon water, we will produce total 60, 30, 30 each, because their market demand is 60, and we're going to split in half, 30, 30. And if we produce this 60 in the market, we will be given per gallon price 60, and then we can divide our revenue. And when we divide our revenue, then we can earn a maximum profit. So let's move further. So in that case, before going to the analysis, let's talk about some terminologies we just discussed.